had a stand. I had ego. Not reading and I getting all these things. If I now read, I'll just destroy your love.
I was the star girl. Socially, check. Academically, check. I was on top of my game.
Someone can just pick one corner of their room and put a lot of lights and you think that they are living in one very big house. Organa props, so.
I go to church and pastor is taking time. I'm looking at my wall, that Baba round up.
I was like, go. Am I a potato?
Am I fire?
Hi guys, welcome to Way of the Heart podcast, Teens and Young Adults edition. My name is Anu Otsuyo. I'm so excited about this year's Teens and Young Adults camp meeting. It's a camp meeting specially designed for teenagers and young adults, who are just navigating through life one step at a time. So if you're out there as a teenager or a young adult, seeking an unwavering relationship with the Lord, or just trying to break free from certain habits or struggles, or you just even want to understand your identity or purpose in life, this meeting is definitely for you. So you know what I want you to do right now? Click that registration link down right your screen. Yes, you just do that. Take that step and kickstart a journey you would never recover from. Trust me and thank me later. So today with me, I have 3 super amazing besties of mine. Today is just going to be all about undiluted real life experiences. We are going to talk about the struggles, the wins, and the messy moments in between. So chill out, plug in, and let's get right into it. So I'm going to start with you, my darling.
Hi, everyone. My name is Elsie. I'm a student of University of Lagos. I'm in my 3rd year. I'm studying cell biology and genetics. And it's been a whole lot. I also own a mini business, by the way. And it's been a whole lot trying to juggle up, making sure my CGPA doesn't go down the drain. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, making sure that, my business is lit, my business is on fleek, my business is out there and reaching the target audience I wanted to reach. So, yeah, that's right about me.
How about you, gentleman? Tell
okay.
us about you.
Hi, my name is Eden. I like the illustration she used about dilute. My situation is very diluted, actually. It's not concentrated at this point. Okay, I'm currently in a state where I'm currently out of school and in school at the same time because I just wrote JAMB and I don't yet have admission and I've left school for a year now and seeking admission, as we all know, Nigeria's situation. Yeah. And at the same time, trying to be an upcoming tech bro, Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay, you.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Glory, Glow for short. Yeah. And I'm in SS2. I'm writing JAMB next year. God, we know how hard JAMB is. Yeah. So the pressure, read. So I can be a good example to my younger siblings because if I don't pass, I'm dead.
Okay, that's it. So I want to ask you guys something very interesting. Mm-hmm. It's not something we don't know about. Social media and technology. I really want to know your experience about it. I want to know, how do you see people online and you're not intimidated? I see trends online. I see influencers. I see different kind of, people, the latest things. As a new tech, right? Can I call you a upcoming new tech or new tech? Okay. So as a new tech, tell me, how are you not swayed with, social media and you trying to balance life?
So for this question, I would want to even share a very real life experience.
Please, that's what we're here for.
So there's this girl I follow online, and okay, so it all started with I just really liked how she looks, how she does her stuff, mm-hmm. and everything and all, and then I would most times by the time I go on IG. The first post I go to her page to go and look, okay, maybe she has posted something, she posted a story, made a post or whatever and all of that. It got so bad.
Tell me about it.
Her story would literally be the first. Immediately I open my Instagram, her story would literally be the first that would come up on my screen.
Just Instagram now.
Exactly. So the algorithm went very crazy. But anyways, it was really bad that at some point I could I just realized that she got the latest bags. Like, she got the latest hair. She was traveling all around. And I mean, I did like her lifestyle in a sense. But then it now really bummed me out when I just realized that, wait, oh, this girl was like, we're almost age mates. And I was like, I was trying to reconcile it in my head. But like, you know, the funny part about it, the funny part about it was that this lady was like, we're from the same state. We almost come from similar backgrounds. We almost went to the same school. Like, and we're almost age mates. And I'm like, yeah, this girl, no, nothing like the difference, not too plenty like that. Too. So like, I mean, having to be like, see all of that like online, like see people that you want to be in their shoes, you want to look like them, you want to kind of have the life that they have, you want to be able to buy the things they buy and all of that. And then, like, you know, having to, it has just been a whole lot. And then you have to reconcile yourself and know that, you know, you have your own identity.
This is not me.
Exactly. You have your own identity, and then like where your identity is rooted in, and you know, our identity is rooted in Christ.
Okay, you then.
All right, for me, well, let's say it's a very long story, very complicated actually. But I guess we all know how it is these days. You know, guys trying to make it on time. Seeing a 17-year-old guy is already talking about 10 years from now. He's in himself in Silicon Valley. I'm like, bro, that's too far now. Like, let's take it slow. 17, you know, or you say a 13-year-old telling you that he wants to make money. You know, like there's just a lot going on online. You know, to some extent, I can't even tell the difference between what is cryptocurrency and Yahoo, because they all look the same. I'm like, bro, I want to go into crypto, but I don't know if this crypto or Yahoo, because the guy is like, don't, it's just gift card. Oh. But by the time you talk to the guy, I'm like, which guy? You know, like the account you get, which account? Like from the guy that you collect it. I'm like, bro, this is sounding like Yahoo now. He's not like, no, it's not Yahoo. It's like that, but it's not like that. I'm like, it's like how?
Don't be gadus, be this.
Like, bro, you know, at the same time, and you're just in between, and then that point where they are all doing it, and you feel like, okay, you can't do it, and then you're like, guy, I feel see 2K for you, and I want sub now, and the guy is like, we tell you, may you do, you don't want to do, and now you're asking us for 2K to sub. They'll be like, take sharp, but it's not every time I'll be here. Now when I jack back, now how you be doing? And I'm like, okay, now wow, you know, at some point you will be like, I should just do these things. It's not like it's wrong. You know, those that are doing the Yahoo, they are one side, but those that are doing the legit crypto and the rest, you're like, you really want to do it because really, the whole dependency thing is looking as if it's holding you back, is a limitation and all. But you know, just knowing that really what is limiting you is not the idea that you don't have money. Really, limitation is beyond that. Being limited in life is beyond that. It's way beyond. You don't have money. You're not, you know, you don't have the finest of caps, the finest of jeans, you know, flexing, all the bling. You're not blinging. You're not blinging. You know, and you know, let's say the Lord is really helping me a lot actually. You know, being surrounded by brothers that also have the same mindset, and then you know, some of my brothers are also even doing business, but their mind is not like the other guys. The other people see it, you know. It's just
yes. One important thing is that you don't ever let, you know, anything mess up with your identity. You should know, you know, your identity in Christ. It should never be messed up with, you know, whatever you see online. You don't even know those people you see online. You don't even know what they are really doing. Do you understand? Someone can just pick one corner of their room and put a lot of lights, and you think that they are living in one very big house. Organa props. So tell me about you.
Okay, so like my I have an insecurity. Then no, but like I'm a new creature. So like then I had an insecurity about my body. Yes, I wanted to have the longest hair. I wanted to no, not too much. Just long hair, long nails, long lashes, everything. Just
At what age?
let's just be going smoothly. So like it got so bad that God, I was really feeling bad. If I am like, you know, like as young teens and adults, everybody's growing up. You're seeing this person, you come next time, someone is already looking fine now. What you eat? Tell me. And I'm just there, I'm like, God, why are you not looking at me? But my dad always tells me something that I should be contented with what I have. Yeah. So like no matter what, I should know this is what I have, and I have to like take it like that because that's what God gave to me.
Contentment. Wow, that's a very beautiful story. I mean, What else do we want to hear again? Sometimes if you just even see one of your classmates that you resumed with, and you just notice that this person is already an influencer.
Shebi.
Like
I know you
Just more try.
Shebi, right?
and the Lord is telling you that no, this is not what I have for you, and you're wondering that, are you sure? It's not
Shebi.
bad. I can't even do Christianity podcast,
Adi.
but really, you're just trying to trend, right? So okay, so I want to narrow down to SM Flex. How has SM Flex influenced your social media use? How you've not, so far abused the use of social media with the help of SM Flex last year. So I really want to get like the experience. Do you understand? So I'll be starting with you, Eden.
Okay. When it comes to when you talk about abuse of social media, I'll say I'm one person that you can really ask because I've abused social media in a certain extent. I'll say my own social media. Let's say when I tell people sometimes they're like, is that social media? But to me, it's social media. It's YouTube Shorts to be particular.
Shorts in your life.
Like, oh my God. I can watch YouTube Shorts for Africa. Like I can just be scrolling, and before you know, 2 hours have gone. But really, if you come to look into it, like I can give maybe somebody's like, bro, I've been on your phone for a while. I'm like, yeah, if you just see the guy is doing a tech review, like he's just reviewing this particular product that we've been talking about, and he'll be like, you don't join me, and we'll just see, and the person has gone, but then me, I'll just continue, keep scrolling, or maybe somebody is showing one bug I've been having in one code like that, and somebody is showing the solution. I'm like, hey, it's like that, okay, but by the way, by the time I even go back to the code, I've forgotten I even watched the video like that. I even saw any shot like that. But let's say it was very addictive to the point that, let's say, sometimes I can wake up first thing in the morning. I maybe just pick up my phone. Maybe after normal, you just pray small. Good morning. Good morning, Jesus. Good morning, Jesus. You just pick up your Bible, just read one Genesis, one small psalm like that. Just 2 verses, 3 verses. You just say, fulfill all righteousness. I read Bible after all. And then I'm on my phone.
Your heart really
is not there. So, I remember at SM Flex, one of the ministers really talked about, that how really where your heart is where your treasure will be. And you can't really say that your heart is really on the Lord if you can't really say your treasure is the Lord if your heart is not really there. And how we know where your heart is where your attention is.
Yes.
If my attention is much more on the YouTube Shorts that I'm watching, it shows that my heart is really there. My heart is much more on YouTube Shorts than it is on the Lord. If I can spend 2 hours on YouTube Shorts, I check my screen time, and the most used app is YouTube Shorts for about 3 to 4 hours. I'm like, and I'll be saying I don't have time. But I'm saying 3 hours in YouTube Shorts. Maybe I go to church and pastor is taking time, I'm looking at my own, Baba, round up. When he's saying lastly, you're like, lastly, and you say another lastly, like, bro, what about the lastly? And then, but the minister was really talking about how that, where our heart is, at first I really struggled with it. I was like, no, guy, don't confuse me. My heart's really with the Lord. It's just that this YouTube show is very interesting at the same time. Let's balance things out. It's not like my heart's with the Lord. Like, if you check me, I'm good. I pray, I read my Bible. Even though read my Bible is read my Bible at the same time.
When you're struggling, is when you cannot give up that YouTube shot.
That's where you really know that this thing, it choke for neck.
You don't enter one chance. Brother, wow, that's very nice of you to, pour it out. So how is it now?
Well, it's actually way better. I think sometimes I can go a whole week and I'll be like, is this me? I've not even gone on YouTube. But I say, really though, it had a lot to do on my own part of being committed to wanting it to happen. Let's say I had to get to a point where I disabled YouTube from my phone.
Wow.
I wasn't using YouTube anymore, on my phone. I had brothers around me that was like, because nowadays there's no the app, but you can go to browser once in a while and just use the browser. I had to be intentional about letting my brothers know that, Bruce, please, whenever you see me on YouTube, just help me, let me know that, guy, round up. You have other things.
I don't mind.
You have other things to do. I think we even came up for a word with it, giribe. That's what we just call it. We're like, guy, hope they never giribe you. And I'm like, no, they have not coming me. They're not looking at me like, are you sure? Then you don't remember that, actually, you don't drop it and just leave it. honestly. But let's say I was really blessed. Really, SM Flex was really a deliverance. The administration really helped me a lot.
Wow, thank God, thank God. I mean, I think I can relate a bit, with you. Mine was Instagram, as in, I used to deceive myself so much that I'm just checking for styles, though. And the Lord is like, how many materials do you even have? Right? And, the Lord, I just knew I had to. I just had it in my, I got in my heart to just delete Instagram totally. I struggled with it because I'm like, I need to keep up with, and what's going on. I also want to follow church trends now and all that. I also want to see like activities for teenagers. Let me even know what's up now. But the Lord said no, that you find a way around it for me. And if it's styles, when it's time to sew the style, inspiration will come, and I'll have time to just check for the style and leave it. But when I know that I don't have Instagram, I don't go have anything to look forward to on my phone. You have time to even hear the Lord, you have time to fellowship and all that. But when, like you said, it's fine, you want to do the tech thing, you want to progress in it, but you can't progress in this if you're not even hearing the Lord. And how are you hearing the Lord when you're not even having a relationship with the Lord, right? You're just spending all your time on that YouTube shorts. What you would, at the end of the day, right? Like you said, you even forget some of the things that you even learned from it. Because really, you just wanted to spend time on your phone.
Yeah.
It's not as if you are just being, very, very serious about the tech thing. So what about you, Glory?
Okay, so as you said, I don't use Instagram. Yeah, Instagram and TikTok. So at a point, I was like, this thing is becoming too much. So I tried to reduce my time in watching it, and I was like, it was coming back again. I was like, I forgot about the routine I made, and I went back to check the screen time. I was seeing 6 hours, 7 hours, 5 hours. I was like, are you serious? I was like, I'm sure this thing is recording well. Maybe they are staticing something. It's not correct. I was like, are you sure this thing is counting the time well? Because I'm only saying that I'm a busy person. No, I'm busy. Like, where did I see time to be
7 hours
watching
for Instagram.
in a day? Where did I see time to be like watching it? But in a minister in SM Flex said that our wives, he was talking about our wives. I know how everybody loves their wife now. Who doesn't love who doesn't love their wife? Yeah, so our wife is like something that we love. So I saw how I love Instagram, to a point that I was literally obsessed with it. I was always watching it. So he also said that we need to divorce our wives to be able to like see God better. And I know that this thing now divorce me straight up. I cannot even think twice about it. I must divorce it. So yeah.
Wow. Wow, thank you so much. New tech. As in, I just want to hear something interesting because I know that you need customers, you need content, you need to know what is going on in the nail world. So how do you go about it? I mean, you dream about it. I mean, as in,
To be very honest, I won't even lie. You've gotten it like totally.
and you're even a student, you need
Exactly.
to balance your academics. So tell
So
me.
the thing is, I need to, in a way, I need to be on the trend. Like I need to, because one thing with the industry is that new stuff they come out like all the time. It can even be every day, something new, a new design and all. And how do I want to do that if I want to disable Instagram on my phone? So the whole excuse was at the beginning was, I just want to, check some reels on Instagram, just see some nail reels. But even with the nail reels, Instagram's algorithm will still put other random things. And before you know, I've tapped on the random, I've gone. So maybe I dedicated like maybe an hour, 30 minutes to just go over some things. Okay, see who posted what or about nails, content ideas for my business and everything. And then before I know, I've gone to somebody's page. I've gone to see this gist. I've gone to see this. So like it was actually a whole lot. Like having to like balance out, knowing that okay, I'm here to just check out a specific thing and then go off. Exactly. So like I just had to be very, very conscious about it. And then also asking the Holy Ghost for help. Actually, in times where I would get distracted, my mind has already gone. Holy Ghost will just come back. auntie. Like,
Exactly, yeah.
exactly, you're not supposed to be here by now, or this is not what you're supposed to be watching at this moment, and no. So like I just had to make sure that I was asking the Holy Ghost for help. I was depending on the Holy Ghost, asking for. And one thing that this kind of links me to from SM Flex last year was, one of the ministers spoke about, a thing that is one thing that's attributed with the world is that there are always trends. Like trends are always coming out. Like in fact, she mentioned it in a way that there was a time that baggy jeans was the trend. Later on, it was skinny jeans, and later it came back in our generation that it's baggy jeans that will exactly. So so she was trying to establish that trends will always come. It's something that it's a constant that you cannot play with. Trends will always come. But then knowing how to, live your life, like the trend is there, but living is like taking a step back from that reality, really. Yes. You are taking a step back from, that is happening. Know how to use it and move on. But don't put yourself in it. Like you are in the center of the trend. Like you are so into it. Because there's a way you can be so into social media and then you lose yourself and everything like that. So that just brought a whole balance to me. I know.
Because when trends pass away, may you not pass away.
Yes.
Okay. Those are very beautiful experiences, and I've also shared mine with you. So I want us to go into the next thing. Academics. Academics. I know beyond this very beautiful face that I'm seeing here, there's a way you can just look very fine. You're a fine girl, clean. Your nails are even very nice, by the way. Fine girl, clean, good English, good composure and everything. And then I now get into the details. What's your CGP? I begin to blow grammar for me that So I just even want to know about it. Like, how are you dealing academically, or how is academics dealing with you? Which one is it? And I also want you to use SM Flex as as a reference. And it's very important that you give me true life story. You give us true life story on how you have struggled one way or the other with your academics, and your spiritual life, and how SM Flex has helped so far.
So I would like to kind of give like a background story to whatever you're seeing right here. So I'm the firstborn, and I came from a place where in secondary school I was the star girl. Like socially check. Socially check, academically check, like always I was I was like the fellowship president of my secondary school. When I was in secondary school, I was head girl. And then I was popular in school also. So I was just coming from a place where I was on top of my game. I was there, I was in it. But then, at some point I even went for an exchange program for about 9 months in the US. So when I came back, that was when I was in SS2. When I came back, I was star girl, really, really.
Major.
And I was, it felt I was doing well in school as well. But then that moments when you start, writing jam will first jam you, break that pride. Then
first job ST out of your star.
Now my star girlship was just going down the drain. Jam me for 2 years. Didn't get admission and all, and entering school again. The way Nigerian schools are, there are a whole lot of a whole load of people trying to enter school, and all lecturers do not care. They are just doing their job, and all of that. So I was entering a system where I was coming from star girldom and then to what's going on? I was just going, it was looking like it was going downhill. But then, it just kind of made me step back to realize that, maybe my sort of academic excellence at that point in my life, maybe when I was in secondary school, was not coming from a place of, oh, I wanted to do my best. I wanted to do my best to, please the Lord, because I have to be diligent with my schoolwork to please the Lord, And then I was not coming from that place. I was just coming from the fact of, I'm the star girl. I need to do well because I'm the star girl, that kind of thing. But then having to, now reconcile myself to that place where I know that, okay, my schoolwork is something that I have to do because the Lord will have me do it well, because it's like I'm supposed to please Him with it, and no. So like that kind of, brought a lot of help for me. And, from last year's SM Flex, one of the things that really stood out was, where one of our ministers talked about, being unwavering, like being someone that is, it's actually human nature not to, you're not balanced, you're just here and there, but being somebody that is like,
today you do well, tomorrow you're like, whoa, thank you myself.
vibes and inshallah at this point. So like, having to be somebody that made sure I was stable, like academically, socially, and in all wise, because the Lord will have, it's not because I had one star girlship somewhere.
Yeah.
So like I needed to be stable because the Lord will have me be stable. The Lord will have me be wholesome. The Lord will have me. The Lord will have me be an all-rounder, wholesome in Him, not an all-rounder in my star girlship, but wholesome in Him. And an all-rounder in Him. And also those were some of the challenges I faced, and how SM Flex really helped me that period of my life.
Wow. I have to.
My heart.
Well done, well done. Okay, so I want you to take a bit from where she was talking about. I want to tweak it in a kind of way that, there's a way that you are not doing well academically, and then you try to cover under the spiritual garments, like you're trying to use spirituality to give excuses as to why you are failing academically. As she said, she said that the Lord will have you to be wholesome. So do you have any experience where you try to hide the umbrella, you're trying to hide under the umbrella, or I'm too spiritual for all this, I don't care, but actually your guy, you're just being lazy?
I think that perfectly describes me, actually.
Wow, I'm always getting you.
So, like, let's do a rewind. Going back to secondary school, I feel like from just one, I was the type of guy that, we don't struggle to pass. Like passing is not really a struggle like that. Let's say book was not really hard for me. But, at the same time, like in class, I get assignments, classwork, every teacher is talking about me. I'm always on assembly ground, just collecting different awards and stuff like that. Just assembly ground awards. But, let's write the exam. I don't used to come first. I don't used to come second. I used to come maybe fourth, fifth, like that, fourth, fifth, sixth. But this thing used to bother me at the time. I didn't used to think much about it because I just felt somewhere there. The person coming first and second, I think like two guys. One was the lady, the other one was the guy. I used to teach them, like after school. I stay after school to teach them. So, like, I think when I see results, I'll just look at the person, this person that came first, I'll be like, I was not the one teaching. Whoa, there's nothing there. I shall know what I am. Sometimes I'll just hide under the PTS. Maybe some of my teachers will call me and be like, what happened? I'll just say, sir, I don't know how to cram like that. I'm not a very good crammer. Like me, if I don't know it, I don't know it. But in your words, just trying to show them. So, like, let's say from like SS1, SS2, SS3, definitely, that habit was still there. Definitely, I wouldn't put in my best because definitely I knew that if I put in my best, I would have come with wonderful results. But then, let's say the reason changed later because then I became really serious about my commitment with God and all like that. And I was doing a lot, really. Let's say sometimes we had a little fellowship. I used to lead prayers. People would be calling me, thank you for blessing. Or be like, no, it's the Lord. It's the Lord. But at the same time, they don't tell you thank you. You'll be like, I not do well today. And sometimes, at some point, I was just like, when I see my results, maybe first time, I just saw myself third. I was like, no problem, third, but at least I'm pleasing the Lord. The Lord is happy with me. Let us ride on. What we are pursuing, the intimacy we're looking for with the Lord is more than this result. This result is vanity. It will pass away. This world later will pass away. All these results, I can't carry it to heaven. So what's the point? Let me just leave it here. But towards like approaching my work and all, the Lord really, let's say, during last year's SM Flex, Lord really brought it to my heart. You know, it really hit me that, you know, I can't really be saying I'm serious with God, I'm being diligent with God, but what the things that are being committed to my hand, I'm not doing it well. Let's say one of the ministers really talked about Satan as the accuser of the brethren, and he said something about accuser of the brethren. He said that he can come and accuse you later and say that, is it this boy that you want to give him grace like this? The same boy, that common book that you gave him SS1, you're not doing well. It's the same person you want to give such a high responsibility. You cannot take it. Small, my own carnal thing, you're not even doing it well. Is it what you want to give him that you will do well? You know, that scripture also talks about if you do well with littler things, with little things, how you will do well also with bigger things. You know, really, I was just saying that how, you know, with time, that one was just a phase. With time, I'll get to a point where I don't even feel the need to be serious with God. I'll just be on past glories, just be glorying in past glory. Before I used to lead prayers and people used to, so I'm fine. You know, really, SM Flex really brought it as a light, as in my eyes, it's almost as if when I realized that, I was like, where I have been in the mud and people left me there. And I was just like, wow, really hiding under the umbrella of the fact that I was doing so well in quotes spiritually. I was not feeling like my academics can suffer for it. I don't really care. Since the Lord is happy, academics, if you like, be happy, don't be happy. I'm good. And I just thought that really, that's a very poor heart state to have. And the Lord will not have me be like that. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, thank you so much. That was quite insightful. You know, one thing I got from it was, like you said, the Lord will have you do all things well. You know, you have to be, like you said, you have to be an all-rounder. You have to be wholesome. Do you understand? The Lord will know if academics is not important, why is it there? Do you understand? And you don't even know if reading that book is actually a commandment from the Lord. Do you understand? You know, so the Lord actually even wants to partner, wants to be there. For your academics, your health, your career, everything about you actually. You know, the Bible says your spirit, He wants, you know, I pray that your spirit, soul, and body be preserved blameless. Your body, you know, academics is part of you, right? You go to school. The Lord will not want you to waste your parents' money. You don't want to waste your parents' money all in the name of I'm spiritual and this and that. No. So I really like that, you know, the Lord helped you with, you know, balancing your academics and not hiding under the umbrella, because many of us, we do that. We are just lazy actually. You don't want to read your book. You don't want to go, you don't want to study, you don't want to have, you know, that time where you can be diligent with your work. Even in place of exam, some of us will just go write anything we want to write and just leave the exam all. Why? Why can't you just, you know, pour it out and, you know, be really diligent? So let me not take much time. So tell me about your own experience.
So,
you are in SS2, right?
Yes. So my experience is based on that laziness something. So let's go back to the first one. So in GS1, I didn't like really start like in first term. I came like in the middle of second term. So coming and not knowing like the past stuffs and still passing. I don't know, as in, like, I was not at the top, but people were surprised. Not this girl that came yesterday that is passing all of us. I was like, it's the Lord, is it? It's the Lord. Until, like, I continued like that. I wasn't the first, but, like, maybe I was among the seventh. Like, not too down, not too up. I was not average, but I was above average.
Yeah.
So moving on just to the same thing. Then when I got to GS3, I started hearing junior WAEC. They were taking junior WAEC like one god that if you fail, that's the end. that's the end of your life. I was like, God, this junior WAEC. And then I didn't really used to read like that too. It's just teachers' knowledge, what they are saying in class that I used to.
Okay.
So and I said, okay, still I did not really put in much effort. Like I could have done better. But so when it was time for the junior WAEC, then shown was still I still wrote it too. And I realized that I passed. I even saw that people that didn't even know anything, that I was like, how did this guy pass? And you guys were scaring me, like so that thing just made me relax. Like SS1, senior school is just chill, but it was not the same. I dropped. I dropped. Oh, hey, God, I dropped. It was like film. I feel like, is it me? Like, I was not doing, but everybody dropped. But me, I was even shocked to myself. I had a standard, like, and it failed, like, it crashed. So I was like, and I saw like when I went to SM Flex last year, I said like, this is laziness that is doing me and pride at the same time. Because like, I had ego that I'm not reading and I'm like getting all these things. If I now read, I'll just destroy all of you. Well, I just realized that it was laziness actually. Yes, one of the ministers said that I should not be lazy. And at a point, I was saying that because of church, they are always closing church late. This one, but it's a lie. It's a lie. Nothing's a big lie. It's also me. Because it's not the same me that is spending Instagram 7 hours. And after church, I'm saying that I just realized that stuff I was wasting my time. I was lazy. So I sat up. Yeah, I began to like actually put in effort to, with the help of the Holy Spirit, I sat down and I tried to read, because I was not a reader per se. Just what I hear in class that I tried to read and I'm doing better. Thanks God.
Wow. I mean, you can even create a timetable for yourself. Don't just sit down and say that's when I have time. No. Do a timetable. It's discipline. As a child of God, you need to actually be very, very disciplined with your time. You only have 24 hours. They are not special. They don't give you 25. Right? So that 24 hours is enough. I hear that thing over and over again. That 24 hours in a day is enough for you to do everything you're supposed to do. You need to be diligent with the way you spend your time. Time management as a student is very, very key. It's something that we need to invest on. So like I said, create a timetable for yourself and see that you are following through with it. This time around then I want us to talk about something that we just usually shy about. We just cover up with friendliness and all smiles. So I want us to talk about family, relationship with your family. It's just easy to say this is my brother, this is my sister. It's naturally to love my brother, but I know that there are usually some secret gbasgbos in the house, and there's a way you just want to cover up, like let me just avoid, let me just keep quiet, let me be the bigger person, but sometimes they pain you, right? Am I lying? So I want you guys to tell me how you manage conflict in your home and still try to be the peacemaker or the peaceful one. So who should I start with here?
Sister Glow.
Okay.
Shine some light to us.
Please glow away.
Okay, so when I was younger, I used to be a fighter.
Who could have known?
Like this quiet space, just thank God for Jesus. So I used to be a fighter. Like anybody that any of my siblings that tried nonsense, I will beat them. Self, they know they don't really used to, and I could fight for them. Anybody that comes from outside to talk nonsense about my siblings, oh God, I will so beat I will so beat you. And then I felt it was because of like the responsibilities on me. Everybody's expecting me to do well as per I'm the older sister. So like I have to. So if I'm giving you an instruction and you don't want to listen, I just feel like the next thing is slap straight up. Those colleagues, cause me too, I receive my own. I received my own slap, but that was ignorance. Actually, it was ignorance, and I was command. Yes, I command a lot. I gave commands. So it got to a point that out of loving, I was like, my mommy, she used to rest snail at a point. So I said, and she has already given me instruction, oh, Glory, don't touch this certain snail. They put snails outside. So she said, Glory, don't touch it, no matter what, don't. And I was like, I love my mommy. Oh, she doesn't know that the snail is alive. I was just thinking, let me just help her.
As a commando that you are now.
And she'll thank me later, actually. So I told me and my siblings to go and pack it. My siblings were like, Glory, are you sure? I'm like, are you okay? Mom to beat. Come, let's go and pack this thing. Mom will love us. So that's when we go and pack it. I don't know when my mom went to go and find it in the night too. She just went 12 o'clock. She came back inside. She woke me up, Glory, you pack this snail. I was like, yes, ma. Yes, ma. I practice. That day I chop beating. Like, they beat me to the point that I went to go and stay on that cold water and I was still sweating. It was bad. But I learned my lesson that even if we think it was love, it was actually disobedient somewhere. Yet I am not meant to disobey my parents. I'm meant to have honor. I'm meant to honor my parents because they gave me an instruction. I am not meant to, regardless. I love my mommy. My mommy likes to make her business bloom. No, I have to like obey her. And in SM Flex, a minister also talked about like my aspect of fighting. I was like, I changed somehow. I just said, let me just keep peace with everybody. Well, that was not peace, so that was just malice. Don't come close to me. Me, I will not come close to you. Like, even if you come close to me, I know that the anger is still there somewhere, but nobody should just
Cross it out.
yes. But in SM Flex, a minister said that is not peace. That's still malice some way. That peace is actually going and forgiving the person and saying, I'm sorry for whatever, even if it's you that is wrong or it's you that is right, going and being like, I'm really sorry for whatever I did to you. Please forgive me, and telling the Holy Spirit to help you to do better next time. Yes.
I even think that your anger issues made you so bossy that it even made it difficult for you to even obey your parents, because I feel like anger makes you bossy. Anger makes you feel like nobody can talk to you once you're in that moment. Like, just leave me alone. I am actually right. You are wrong. I know it actually affected your obedience, but I'm very thankful for you that you are not like that anymore. Is Abi?
Yes.
Peacemaker. Okay, so Elsie, I want you to share how, of course, like I asked before, how you balance how you relate with your family, be at peace, and you're not secretly keeping malice with your siblings.
Okay, so I think I would want to say that I think I mentioned before that I was the firstborn.
Yes.
So at a point in my life, I was the one giving orders. I was the one telling everybody, this is how we are going to do this. This is what we are eating today. This is how we are eating it. I was the firstborn. Responsibility.
You are the firstborn.
I am the firstborn. But at another point in my life, when I eventually started school, I had to stay with a family. And in that family, I was not the firstborn.
Hey.
I was the lastborn. So, like, reconciling that part of myself where I had to will I say come back to
Normally you started from the bottom, now I hear. Now I started from the top, now I hear.
So I'm like, I give the orders in my house. I tell my siblings what to do. I slap them. Like, I put things in order. I do things like, and then I'm the one that, this person is like talking to and saying, do this, do that, do it at this time. Like, okay, I know I'm going to do it, but don't tell me when I'm about to do something. Don't come and still tell me again that I should do it. Like, that thing that when somebody
as a campaign, you had in mind to watch that plate.
In all honesty, I wanted to watch the plate. Then she came to tell me that she watched the plate. Why should she tell me that she watched the plate? That kind of thing. So, like, and I realized that I just got to a point where I felt like, why is this person talking to me? Why is this person talking to me like this? Like, why in this manner? Why is this person emphasizing on this thing? Why does it look like this person is just always on my case? Like, so it got overwhelming, and I just felt like everybody was just doing too much and all. But then, one thing from last year's SM Flex that I realized was, one of the ministers spoke about God setting the solitary in families. Yeah. And when God sets you in a family, He wants that family to be able to raise you, actually. So putting yourself in a place where you feel like nobody can talk to you, and I feel like it's very peculiar to my age range, like young adults in your 20s, early, exactly. I feel like nobody should tell me what to do. I have control over what I want to do. I want to do it the way I want to do it. Nobody should talk to me. Nobody has the right to correct me, to discipline me, and all of that. But then coming to that place where I know that God has set me in a family to grow. God has set me in a family to be raised up, you know, and I know that that is where my raising is. And because that is where my raising is, no matter the form or way my discipline will come, I have to take it, and I have to, you know, and love it, and, you know, not keep any sort of discrepancies in my heart about it. So, you know, and I really, really feel like a lot of people, you know, sometimes I talk to some of my friends, like in school, some of my guys, my classmates were in a lab and everything, and then, you know, they're talking about how, oh, you know, like a lot of, I'm sorry, I always use the word millennials, like feel like they can just talk to Gen Z the way they want to talk to.
The way they even talk to your lecturers in class.
Yes, you answer a lecturer back. A lecturer tells you to, your lecturer is talking to you, you walk out of the class, you walk out of the lecturer. No regard for, you know, for people, no regard for people that actually are older than you and should demand respect and all. So I feel like a lot of people my age range have that. But I was able to come to a place where I like, God just helps me actually, and with where I am actually, where this community that I'm in, you know, I know that everyone around me, you know, there's a saying that says it takes a whole community to raise a child. And also I'm in a community that is raising me. Wow. I'm in a family that is raising me. You know, that is one thing I really enjoy, and I hope as people come for SM Flex, they get to realize that the same way I did.
Thank you so much for that. What about you, Eden?
Well, unlike ye firstborns,
even me, I can't relate. I'm the last born.
All right. So, like, let's say being part of, let's say, second born, I have a younger brother. That, let's say, it's just 11 months difference between us. It's a year, actually. A year, yes. But, you know, me and my brother is always like WWE every day with me and him. Like literal blows to the face and to the eyes. When you see somebody's face is swollen by the time my mom's come back, she's like, she left us complete. What was this? And then he's just like, I'm the one. And I'm like, bro, you don't talk to me like that. I'm not your mate. And he's like, who was there? Is it not just 11 or is it 9 months? That was there. Well, basically the same age. I'm like, bro, no, I'm still older than you, no matter what. You know, and we always used to fight, fight. Like sometimes there's no day that doesn't pass that we don't fight. We're physical fighting. And my dad had to sit me down to a certain point and was telling me that, like, okay, why am I always fighting? I'm like, he's always annoying me and stuff like that. And he was like, well, really, that I need to get to a point where no matter what he does, I'm not annoyed with him. I must not always give a reaction to whatever he does. Yeah. Even if he's intentionally, I feel like he's intentionally trying to annoy me. Even though at that point he was like kind of intentionally doing it to annoy me. You know, that I should be able to, you know, just turn blind eye to it at a certain point and just not really focus on what exactly he's trying to achieve. And, you know, at that point, as I was listening to him, I was like, bro, you don't get what this boy is doing to me. That's why you're talking like this. I just felt at that point, my dad... at that point, I was like, my dad doesn't really get me. He doesn't get what I'm going through with this boy. Like, I'm the one there collecting the annoyance. You're not collecting it, so you can't feel it. But, you know, so one day, I really tried to exercise it. I was like, okay, let me even try what he's saying. Let me see, is it even practicable? Let's see if it's possible. And like that day, well, let's say, I just kept stalling. Like he kept doing, he did. He saw I didn't react. I didn't say anything. Like maybe do something, I'll just leave the room. And he was like, he kept following me intentionally. And let's say the cup just kept filling up. It filled up to the point he couldn't feel anymore. It was completely full. And I was boiling on the inside. And let's say that day though, I wanted to fulfill the obedience to the end, but I couldn't. I think it was just one slap I gave him. Just one slap. That was the day that I really took my dad's advice to heart, because he has always warned me about anger, unleashing anger. That there's a day you will do it and you make an irreversible mistake. Yeah. And you know, that day I just slapped my brother, one slap, and he fell down on the floor. I started bleeding from his nose. I was like, So I was like, get up. So he now decided to play along. He just started saying, me, I don't go confused. I just started screaming, I've killed him. They should come and help me. I don't know what happened. And my mom came down, what happened? That son, I've killed her son. I was just like, that day I was just so confused. Like, so from that day, I was just like, really. Like, whenever elderly people talk to us, they really know what they are saying. Yes. Like, they're not just talking out of, just ancient wisdom. It's really not ancient, but it's really it's really wise counsel. It's all wise counsel. I was really talking about it with somebody the other day, talking about why it's very good to take advice from people that have gone through experiences, because they wouldn't want you to go through those same experiences again. And then going, at SM Select, one of the ministers also mentioned it, talked about how we younger generation should listen to the older generation, giving Timothy as an example, where Timothy was talking about how the younger men should submit to the older men, the younger women to the older women,
And thankfully, we would have people we can really look up to in our community.
Yes. As examples. I even saw it more in the fact that, like, later when I had to leave the house, come in a community where I now had a lot of brothers I'm sharing room with, and now there's a lot they do that I can easily forbear it. A lot of things that were even more painful than what my brother used to do at that point, but I can bear it more now. And I was really, really grateful to the Lord. That really, if I just thrown down the drill what my dad was saying, I would be struggling currently. Maybe I'll have killed somebody by now. Yeah, really.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I like it when we have real life experiences and then we can actually we can actually give a story where we actually did overcome. I mean, comparing with other friends that or colleagues or classmates that we see out there, like I was trying to when I was talking to Elsie, and I was saying that, some people, they just easily talk back at her. Like, it's just easy for all these, kids and teens and now young adults of nowadays to just talk back at an elder. It's very easy because you're you're in a bus and you're asking a conductor for your change, and the way you even ask him, like, you're very rude. Like, even if we know that they can be a bit much, drivers can be extra, but there's a culture that the Lord has helped us to have here, that you even have the nobody's even looking at you. You're the only one in that bus, right? But there's just one consciousness you have that you can't talk to this condo, and people just find it very easy. I'm just really grateful for the kind of coverage that we have here. So lastly, I want us to talk about peer pressure. Peer pressure. Yes, I want us to talk about peer pressure. Sometimes you can just feel like you've escaped it, or because of the words you are hearing, you're not under any tension. Nothing is really attracting you anymore. You're all out for the Lord. But I know that somewhere there's just one, little Elsie sometimes that just wants to explore. She just sees somebody doing something nice, and you just want to let me just chill out a little bit. So really, I want you to talk about your experience.
So one thing I would like to point out is that I feel like peer pressure happens at every stage of life. Like, at every stage. I'm a young adult right now, but I can trace back from primary school where I had peer pressure and where the peer pressure starts from.
Primary school.
Yes. Imagine how far back that seed had been planted. Of course. So from primary school, I had some insecurities. Down to secondary school about, myself, my body, the way I look, and everything like that. And
as fine as you are.
And I just felt like I was not up to the standard of maybe my classmates then. And I just really want to where I just want to show the journey of how that thing can affect the life, really, really, to show you how much peer pressure can impact your life. When I was in primary school, I had a friend that long story short, I really loved my friend, but she claimed she loved me back, and then suddenly she stopped talking to me. And I didn't know how bad it affected me till I used to cry every day because my friends stopped talking to me and all. And I started to have thoughts about, okay, is there something wrong with me? Am I not worthy enough to be called a friend? And all of that. And, down to secondary school, I didn't know that thing followed me from that time that I had that issue with my friend, down to secondary school, where I wanted to constantly prove myself. I wanted to constantly show people that, I'm the cool kid. I want to do things to show people that I'm cool enough. You understand that kind of thing? I want to be all up there and all of that. Down to even, I'm in my third year in school, and I still see it, manifest itself, to the extent that, oh, I see this girl like with this very nice bone straight and nails and everything are just on fleek, and I'm just like, God, am I a potato?
Am I firewood?
Am I firewood? That kind of thing. So like, you know, like those insecurities can follow you to the point that you don't know when you are being influenced by external factors. Like you're not living a life governed by anything. You're just living a life governed by externalities, by what people say or who people define someone to be. Do you understand that kind of thing? So like peer pressure is something that will follow you, but so I feel it's something that you keep fighting.
Yeah.
Even I know that even when I'm in my mid-20s, it's still something. It's still something that I would probably still fight. Maybe when I'm in my 30s, I might still fight it. Do you understand? But it's something that you keep fighting. I feel like, you know, a lot of people actually go through peer pressure a lot. Like you want to do what everybody, and it's actually very funny because our world is full of trends. Our world is full of things that are always happening. You always want to be there, like be up to date and everything like that. But like it's still going back down to, you know, like having your identity, an identity rooted in Christ, an identity that doesn't stem from the world, an identity that doesn't stem from the definitions that the world give of who a young adult like me is to be, of who a teenager is to be, of who a young child is to be. You know, there are definitions in the Lord. There are definitions, and those are the definitions we are to live by. So I feel like, you know, wherever you are, whatever point you are in your life, you're a young adult, you're in your mid-20s, you're a teenager, whatever point you are, peer pressure is something that you know can come at any point. But I feel like I can use myself as an example to show that you can fight it. Yes, you can still fight it at any point that you are in. And you know, SM Flex really, Way of the Heart really brought that to light for me to know where my identity is and all of that. So I really want to encourage anyone, whatever phase you are in, that you are maybe fighting peer pressure, fighting insecurities and all of that, like there's always hope. Like you can actually fight it and come out of it.
Definitely. I mean, we couldn't have said it any better. You know, I know that the reason why you just want to be out there is because you want to get approval in quotes, right?
Approval addiction.
But really, you know, I'm blessed by conversations in our community where you know that your approval is really from the Lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your approval is from the Lord. I mean, it is much more beautiful. Not even much more beautiful. It is only beautiful when you know that okay, the Lord is pleased with you, and you know your work with the Lord is on point, right? Not that maybe your nails are check, your skin check, you go on Instagram, you are check. No, that's not the checking that we do here.
Yeah.
You know,
Your
the checking
spirit is dying.
exactly, right? You know,
up and down.
Like,
so I don't want to be the center of it all. I really want you guys to tell us. So Eden.
Okay, all right. Talking about peer pressure now, you know, there's a very practical example I can use to talk about peer pressure. And mostly among guys, we suffer this a lot. It's issue like maybe, you know, I miss your guys. You guys go for an outing, and then like, okay, everybody wants to play this mobile game. Oh yeah, now everybody bring out your phone. Let's connect. Guy, bring out your phone. I know everybody's trying to connect, and then you just bring out that your itel that you know is not really performing. Okay, I just bring out my itel, like, you know, it's not really meeting up to the specs of that game, but I want to see what I can do at that moment, just to you know, play along with my guys. And then, oh yeah, guys, connect. Who's me? Connect. I'm like, don't worry, you guys should just start. I come. I see the, you know, I come. You know, the phone is just not working. It's not working at that point. I'm like, what's wrong with this phone? Now work. And you know, maybe I'll miss my dad and be like, I really like to have a new phone and like that. And he's like, that was wrong with the phone that I have. I'm like, the phone is not working. He's like, oh yeah, bring the phone. And he will use it and like, the phone is working now. I'm like, no, it's not working for what I want to use it for. I really, you know, I just had the idea of a phone that works. This phone is not working. Because let's say most of the phones I used were hand-me-downs. Like most of them, they have used them till the usability is no longer useful. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, use this one for a while. and I'll just be like, oh my God. So, let's say that thing was there for a while till, I think it was it at after SM Flex, I met a brother. There was this brother I particularly met, and he was really telling me about how, when the use of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. That really, what is the use of my phone? What exactly do I want to use my phone? What's a phone designed for? I was like, okay, majorly to receive call, make text message. And he was like, that's it, communication. That's what your phone is majorly for. That all this thing that I feel like my phone is not working. Can I make call? I said yes. Can I send a text? Yes. Can they reach me? Can they find out where I am? I was like, yes. And he was like, that's the point of a phone. That really, all those other things I wanted to do are just because of peer pressure. Just because my other friends can be able to play games and I'm unable to play the games with them. That's why I feel like the phone is not working.
You're pressured because you cannot afford it.
Yes, because I can't afford it. I know it really changed my perspective to how I looked at my phone. To the point that, after I now had a phone that worked, I was going for jam tutorial. I was at my jam tutorial, guys were trying to connect to play a particular game, and somebody was like, guy, your phone, see the phone you're using, it can carry this game now. Like, let's connect now. I was not like, really, I was just like, guy, I really came here to this jam lesson, let's just do lesson and be going. And he was like, that's so I'm here, I don't want to play game. That okay, that see guys are connecting. I'm just sitting down, how do I feel comfortable that all guys, that one behaving like a woman, it's only girls that are sitting down at the side, I'm not doing this thing. I should come and join guys and play. I was like, no, really, I can't really, I'm not pressured to want to do it
So your
at that point.
Pressure you anymore.
But that's, if let's say I was just, let's say at that point, not pressured at all. Really, you could just see that it's just frivolities we're looking for that is not necessary actually. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Eden. That was amazing as usual. Okay, so Glow, I know that you are young, SS2, you're going to SS3. So, of course, I know you are still confined in that place of secondary school. But I know nowadays, even secondary school, they use phone now.
Yes.
Nowadays, secondary school, they now, at least even if it's school party, you start seeing them using frontal for school party. Have you ever doing one that sees? Okay. So, I want you to tell me how peer pressure has been dealing with you, or you've been dealing with it.
In the spiritual aspect.
Okay, that's what we're going to.
Yes,
No
that's
problem.
that's my own pressure. No, I have
Wow.
natural peer pressure.
That's
but-
interesting. Actually, it's a fresh breath. Let's hear it.
Okay, so like in the spiritual aspect, I was born in church. I grew up in church. I grew up knowing this community, like being like, at this point I'm meant to be not to get. So having to come and like someone that just gave their life to Christ yesterday is already they're already prophesying, they're already giving tongues, they're already interpreting tongues. I'm like, what? God,
No big ados with
God
this.
caught me by like, look on me now. But like it got so bad that I was like, am I not actually growing? Like I was asking people, I was doing survey, like, do you think I'm
Survey?
growing? No, it was meant to be called survey. I was asking like our big aunties and big uncles, like, do you think the glory you know before is this the same glory? Because I don't understand. Someone that just gave their life yesterday to Christ or 2 months ago is already he's already breaking chairs everywhere. I'm here, and I'm like,
Composure 100%.
I'm like, why?
You won't try and lose your composure
They're
to
like,
Abi.
they're like, I'm growing. I'm like, I don't believe. Some of my brothers said that I can't read a book by Reverend Kenneth again. Other things, and I read, and I'm like, like something is. Am I missing it wrong somewhere? Like
Yeah.
I believe I'm meant to like know these things more than these people that just give their life to Christ. But a minister in SM Flex said that these things, like the
Spiritual growth.
yes, prophecy, they don't really matter.
Yes, your growth.
What you just need is speaking in tongues majorly. That's the gift that comes when you give your life to Christ, and I have that. So I don't necessarily have to break chair before I show.
You agree?
And if you are breaking chair too, it's okay. If that's how the spirit carries you, it's fine. Because before I feel like people that are even breaking chair except for too much. Then after I like, okay, maybe the reason why I'm not breaking chair because I'm feeling like that too. And again, I don't break chair. I did not.
Wish I want to break chair.
So during SM Flex, yes, I actually got that the spiritual gifts is enough for me. If any God wants to add any other thing to me, He will add. But that doesn't mean I'm not growing in a particular way.
Yeah.
Like all I just need is obedience. I just need to submit under pastors and big aunties and mummies to be able to grow better. Yeah.
Wow.
That's true. I mean, your spiritual checklist is not to break chair or not to break chair. Oh, please. I mean, I'm grateful for this community that we are. There's so much labor on your soul. It's not. You can that moment where you are breaking the chair. Person can just step outside and just shout at the next person that they see beside them, right? But how is your soul check? I'm in this place, there's so much labor, there's so much rich, emphasis on spiritual growth on your soul, not just the packaging codes that comes with it, like you said, giving tongues, prophecies. Those things are very beautiful, but miracles, whatever it is, they are beautiful, but then your growth is what really matters. You need to check, how do you submit to spiritual authority? How are you diligent in your your devotion, your prayer life? How do you even relate with your sisters, your brothers, your friends? How do you relate when nobody's even seeing you there? At least you cannot break chair in school now. But so how do you relate with your teachers? How do you relate with your classmates? That's actually showing whether you are growing or not. Not just because the day you come to church, you already give like 20 to 50 prophecies. Your prophecy is even more than what pastor is even preaching.
now you finish service.
You start service and you end service with your tongues and prophecies, really. But how do you? What's your charity like? How do you do charity with your siblings? How do you do? How do you avoid certain discussions when nobody is seeing you? How do you try not to blend in? You can be in school now and you just want to be one of the big girls because nobody is there, and then you now come to church and you're not forming that you're spiritual by giving tongues. No, but your soul growth, and I'm so grateful for all of that. So Way of the Heart Teens and Young Adults Camp Meeting is going to really labor on having to break free from all these things that people struggle with. We can be here on earth and live the life that the Lord has called us to be. And I believe that this camp meeting is going to really labor on how to have, like I said earlier, an unwavering relationship with the Lord, despite the fact that you have to balance your academics, you have to, balance the social media life, peer pressure, relating with your friends and family. You are going to, really be exposed to how you can be set free from all these barriers and yet, be unwavering and yet be excellent, in everything that the Lord has called you to do. So you guys, I really had so much fun with you today. I mean, I can't remember the last time I've laughed this hard. Thank you so much, you guys. So guys, here, I'm really inviting you for this Way of the Heart Teens and Young Adult Camp Meeting. I mean, are you not tired of today you are good, tomorrow you are struggling, or today you are up here, you are doing well, you're thriving, and tomorrow you're just wondering that, God, am I ever going to make it in this life? So this camp meeting, I promise you, is definitely going to, expose you to how you can overcome, these things, these barriers that we talked about here, and, still make sure that your spiritual life is still on point. Like I said earlier, click that registration link, to kickstart a salvation journey that, you'd never want to recover from. And, mommies and daddies, you too, I know we can be stressful as teenagers. Bring your kids, bring your teenagers, bring your young adults for this camp meeting. do this sacrifice for them. Partner with the Lord today, and actually take a step in bringing your kids for this platform. And trust me, you are going to be so grateful for this. Thank you so much.